Since the last time you saw the garden, we've added this fresh, polished pea gravel to our pathways and planted most of our spring to summer veggies. I love and prefer pea gravel because it's smooth and easy to walk on, it tidies up a space, and with a solid weed barrier below will keep weeds at bay. It's all very low mess and low maintenance, which you know is my favorite after trying like half a dozen other things. Then I'll do one more round of sowing hot season seeds and the garden will do her thing until fall. Welcome to May in the greenhouse and kitchen garden. Everything is looking so good. We have some surprising tasks to do in the greenhouse actually, and I have some really fun seeds that I'm starting in there which you wouldn't expect. I'm also gonna make something with my very first harvest and I cannot wait to show you what it is. Let's get cooking. We are gonna start some beautiful snowball cauliflower today. We wanna beat out the Persephone period. So the daylight is gonna get shorter as the temps drop, which is fine, but we wanna get these in the ground, have them nice and healthy before that happens. So we're gonna start those seeds today. You know my rule of thumb, it's to moisten the soil first so that the seeds don't get pushed around by the water. That's why I have these trays underneath. It's gonna take the water up into the soil. These seed cells I actually really love. They're very durable plastic from Epic Gardening. Love them. Okay, so we are just gonna do one of these cauliflower seeds per tray, and they go in like a 1/4 inch. So I like to measure with my heart, AKA the tip of my finger, and just push them in a little bit. It's really, the depth is important, but don't stress about it. And if you get more than one seed in there, you're just doubling down on your ability for it to germinate. I'm gonna cover these up as well in just a second. So I'm gonna press all of them in, and then I'm gonna go through and just dust the soil on top to close them up. It's really not that serious. They are gonna do great. Okay, next we're gonna put some of our hot weather crops out. These delicata squash store beautifully in the winter, but they thrive in the garden in the hot summer. Since we started these delicata squash in the greenhouse, you guys, I cannot find any of my trowels. My kids always take them, so I'm using an ice scoop, which I normally use for soil. But since we are planting this beautiful squash that we started in the greenhouse, it's always fun to see the root structure. It's always like this beautiful surprise because it just gets so healthy. I'll never stop talking about how amazing that is. We're just gonna push this guy into the soil, have those soil lines add up, and cover this beautiful plant. I cannot wait to see her get big. What I love about delicata is you can eat the skin of the squash, and it's so sweet when you roast it. We'll have to make something when they're ready. First harvest of the season, our basil for some delicious pesto. This is gonna be a twist on just traditional Italian pesto. I'm adding in nasturtium, which you know is my favorite plant. The nasturtium leaves add a little bit of a peppery taste to add some dimension to a more traditional dish. And so I'm really excited to show the other ingredients and how I make it all. I'm just taking a little bit of basil from each plant so I can keep harvesting it throughout the season and get a ton of longevity out of the plant. All right, here's my garden take on pesto. So we're just gonna use a little magic bullet blender, so easy. First, we are starting with about 3/4 of a cup of basil, and you can really get these gals in here. Then we're gonna add like 1/4 cup of the nasturtium leaves. They can be sort of overpowering, so that's a total 1 cup of greens. We are adding 1/2 a cup of walnuts, 1 clove of garlic, and then 1/4 cup of parm. I'm gonna squeeze some lemon juice, give a little acid, a little zing, and I am gonna add a little pinch of salt, even though that Parmesan's pretty salty, and then about 1/4 cup of olive oil. Now you measure with your heart on the olive oil based on how thick you want the sauce to be. We'll give it a taste after we give it a little zing in the blender. Okay, let's blend this up. Ready? give this a little taste. That's how easy pesto is, you guys. Okay, let's see. How do the chefs do it with their pinky? Oh my God, it's still warm from the garden. That is so good. I'm gonna add a touch more olive oil so it gets a little bit more liquidy. It's pretty thick. And then we'll go ahead and plate this, garnish it, and I'll show you the magic of the nasturtium. Okay. Just about a tablespoon more of that olive oil. Quick zip. It smells so good. Okay, so I pre-cooked some pasta, so I didn't have to bore you all with boiling water. We are going to let all of this gorgeous, look at those colors, this beautiful bright green is going to be amazing. Okay, we're gonna give this a little toss. I love to choose this fun-shaped pasta so that the pesto gets in the little nooks and crannies and really captures all the flavors in these fun little shapes. Okay, let's taste. Now, if I was serving this, I would have to include a little touch of nasturtium, maybe a sweet little variegated leaf on there for effect, just so you know the beauty of the garden and this dish. Okay, let's give it a taste. Okay, the moment of truth. Oh, I love pesto. That is so good. It's so fresh. And the nasturtium, it really adds something special. Plus, there's nothing better than getting to use everything you grow in the garden for a delicious meal. So don't be afraid to eat these flowers. Nasturtium are edible and they're so tasty. That is so good. Okay, I am gonna tidy up and then take this pasta inside for the family because you know I'm not gonna make dinner twice and the kids are actually gonna love this. Until next time.